In this box is the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners. And no, it's not the 𝗟𝗋3. What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, this is not the 𝗟𝗋3. Now, the 𝗟𝗋3 is awesome, and it is the best Kadena miner. But I don't think it's the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners, because let's be honest, the 𝗟𝗋3 uses over 3,000 watts. Who's putting that in their house, plugging it into an outlet like that? Not most home crypto miners. And most home crypto miners don't have over $8,000 to invest into a 𝗟𝗋3 right now. So what's in the box? Let's open it up and find out. All right, so what do we have here? The KD Lite. Now, before you pause the video and troll me in the comments and tell me how stupid I am, hold up. Hear me through for the video, and if you still disagree, let's talk about it like adults in the comments down below. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here, and then we'll talk about why I'm choosing this as the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners. So, the Goldshell KD Lite. It's got an IP report button on the front, pretty traditional for your gold shells, Ethernet port, SD card for firmware or third-party firmware. You have a reset button and a normal and a fault light. Now, I do like that this unit does have a toggle switch on it for power, because a lot of these newer units do not, so I really do like that. We have two of the high CFM fans, RPM fans in the front here. We'll be able to see how loud these are, but the nice thing is everything I've researched and looked into, these are significantly quieter, which made me pick this unit as the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners, because guess what? We can't have these loud, whiny things in the house. And as a home crypto miner, not everybody's got a shed like I do or a separate building. So you do need to be able to run these inside. Now on the front here, we do have our power, which is of course maybe one of the biggest turnoffs with this unit, but we just have to make sure we get the right cables to be able to run this inside. You know, it does come with this guy here, which is great, which has, I think this is like the C19, I believe, but then you got this wonky plug here. I think it's just because of, this is like a foreign plug, but I do have this unit here, which will work out great to plug into a PDU, which is a C19 to C20 from Infinite Cables. If you guys need a link to this, I'll put it directly down below. Now on the back side of this unit, we do have similar setup, two additional fans on the back side, and that's about it. There's not much more to this unit. It's significantly smaller and thinner than most of your full-size ASICs, and that's what makes it like the light model and how it makes out. Now, I've been a big fan of Red Panda Mining having several of these. He actually showcased these in some of his previous videos when he moved into his new house, and he put a few of these throughout his home to go ahead and actually heat a lot of the rooms in his house, and these weren't super loud, and that's actually what attracted me to getting this unit. Well, let's go over and jump over to the computer, and we'll talk about this unit and comparing it to some of the other Kadena miners. All right, so we're going to go over this unit, and then we're going to talk about how it compares to some of the other Kadena miners and why I've chosen it as the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners. So over here on BT Miners, that's actually where this unit is from, the Goldshell KD Lite. It's available on their website. It's a 16.2 terahash on Kadena at 1,330 watts. Now, as of today, May 15th, this thing goes for $1,199. Now, it all depends when you're watching this. It's the bear market right now. Kadena's not popping and hopping right now, not crazy profitable to mine it. But Kadena was definitely the talk of the town during the last bull run, and I truly do believe in the next bull run it could be. If you're watching this in the future, post down below, because I am so curious to see where Kadena goes over the next year. All right, so how does the KD Lite stack up against some of the other Kadena miners out there? Let's run through a few, and then we'll compare them, and it might make a little bit more sense as to where some of my best Kadena miner statements come from. So the Goldshell KD Box 2. I don't know why they have the picture of the original KD Box, but here it is down here, the black unit that you see right there, the KD Box 2. I actually have two of these units currently, and they're okay. They're okay. It does 5 terahash at 400 watts total, and they're priced right now on BT Miners at $400, $399. Let's say $400 is round up, okay? But now let's look at the KD Max. So we had the KD Box 2, which is kind of below the KD Lite. You have the KD Lite, and now we have the KD Max. So the KD Max here, 40.2 terahash, but at 3,350 watts. That's a lot of power for $2,099 right now on BT Miners. Now, jump into the bad boy, the king of Kadena mining right now, at least as of the 15th right now of May. It is the Bitmain, once again, Bitmain coming in, Antminer KA3 with 166 terahash at 3,154 watts. But it's a whopping $8,299. Alrighty, so we put together a spreadsheet here, and no, it is not a 𝗟𝗵𝗲𝗆 spreadsheet, but I thought it would provide some insight as to why I feel the KD Lite is still the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners. So let's run through it. So I have my models on the left-hand side, KD Box 2, KD Lite, KD Max, and KA3, okay? Now, some of the things to pay attention to that I'm weighing as some of the reasons here is we're looking at hash rate in watts, we're looking at cost or price, and then finally, can you run this unit as a home crypto miner in a traditional home crypto miner setting? Now, I'm not considering my shed that I built your traditional home crypto miner. Most home miners don't have something as elaborate as that. So I'm not comparing it at that level. This is more your everyday miner that's a home crypto miner that's plugging in their basement or plugging in their garage. So this may not apply to everyone here, but let's go ahead and take a look. So the KD Box 2, it uses 400 watts, all right? It's only 5 terahash though. But at 400 watts, you can put this in a variety of different rooms in your house, plug directly into a traditional US wall outlet, and you're good to go. Now, let's look at the KD Lite. Well, the KD Lite, while it only does 16.2 terahash in the grand scheme of things, the performance isn't through the roof, it's still pretty good, but it uses 1,330 watts. You could plug that in to a traditional 120 15 amp circuit if you had that at home. It would have to be pretty much dedicated to this unit though, but you could do it. And if you look here on the math, I put it right here listed, 120 times 15 amp is 1,800 watts. Now, that's the full circuit being used. Well, if you want to stay safe, you only want to use 80%, which is 1,440 watts. So the KD Lite, you could still get away with it. You'd have to get the right plugs and everything like that and set it up correctly. I'd probably recommend something with a proper PDU and all. You know, you want to play it safe, but you could plug this in to a dedicated 15 amp and still use the KD Lite as a home crypto miner in your garage or basement or things like that. Now, the KD Max though, 40 terahash, which all right, awesome. But this thing, guys, is a whopping 3,300 watts. Not going to work out here. You're going to need probably a 30 amp, 240 volt if you wanted to. I mean, you could add some other rigs on it and things like that, but you're not getting away with your traditional home wiring. Now you could do like a 20 amp in there, but even a 20 amp isn't going to give you that on like 120. So you'd have to play the game. You'd have to have an electrician in. Not the best decision. And then your KA3 is right around that same ballpark when we're talking about watts at 3,154 watts. Just isn't going to work out. Now, let's talk about price a little bit here. $400. All right, home miner. $1,100. We're going to round it to $1,200 on price. That's still up there for a home crypto miner. I think that's really at that peak of like spend, at least now during the bear market. It all depends when you're watching this. So still reasonable. The KD Max, 2,000. It's a little stretch. And then the KA3 just blows it out of the water at $8,200. I mean, what home crypto miner is going to drop that kind of money? That's crazy. Now, the last thing I want to look at is comparing like, okay, well, when we're looking at home crypto mining, are those box miners the best? Because they're 400 watts, you can plug them in wherever. Well, you could buy a few of them and plug them into different outlets throughout your house, and maybe. But let's look at like price comparison then, because the KD Box 2, if we look right here, in order to match the KD Lite, you'd actually need 3.24 of the KD Box 2s to match the Kadena Lite. Now, you can't really buy 3.24, so you'd have to buy 4, right? You'd have to overdo it. And then if you had the 3.24, it would still be 1,000 for the watts, 1,296 watts. So you're just under what the KD Lite would be. But as I said before, you can't really get by with 3.24 of the KD Box. So you'd have to buy 4, which means now you're at 1,600 watts. So now you're even more. And then let's talk price here. So yeah, you could get by with the 3.24, but that's about $1,292, but you can't do that. So you got to do 4. So now you're at $1,596. Let's round it to $1,600 versus the KD Lite currently on BT Miners as of today is that $1,199 or $1,200 total. All right, so we're in the closet here. We do have our KD Lite wired up and goes directly into our PDU. Now it is using this C20 to C19 cable that you guys can see here. And then we do have Ethernet plugged in. I actually thought about this. It would be awesome, not to say it does, but it would be awesome if this thing had wireless, especially as a home crypto miner. But let's go ahead and get this thing powered up. So toggle switch is right here. Can you hear it? Because I certainly can't. Don't wake the dog up. So we've been up for 15 minutes here right now. We're at 15.81. Let's go ahead and refresh. So not quite 16.2 as advertised. Now, hardware errors, that's slowly starting to go down. If I rebooted it, it would clear it. I think it's just was setting it up on the actual pool and the miner. Taking a look over on Poolflare, that's where we're mining right now. We have 4 miners over there. You can see we have the KD Lite, the KD Box 2, the wireless one, the KD Box Pro, which is the smaller one, and then your KD Box 2, the wired one. Right now on the pool, it says 12.25. It's probably going to go ahead and update and do a lot better here over time. As I said, we've only been up for 15 minutes or so, and as most of you guys know, it definitely takes some time to update. So let's go ahead and go in here and look how quiet it is. It's crazy. Quick heads up at the wall. This has 2 other units plugged in, but we did do the math. 1,560-ish watts, give or take. We do have this server as well as the QNAP here. When I do the math, it uses right now 1,384 watts. All right, so what do you guys think? The Goldshell KD Lite. I still do think this is the best Kadena miner for home crypto miners. As I said, a lot of my statements may not apply to you guys if you're not a small home crypto miner, but I truly do believe that, this unit will be significantly more profitable as we get closer to the bull run. I do see Kadena doing significantly better. All these amazing content creators in the YouTube space say the not financial advice. I'm not going to put that out there, but I do think Kadena is going to do significantly better when we get into the next bull run. And so, yeah, I would recommend getting a KD Lite. I think this is great. This is quiet. I mean, it's nuts. So if you guys do want to snag one, I'll put a link directly down below. It's not an affiliate code or anything like that. It's not an affiliate link here. But Goldshell KD Lite, 16.2 terahash, 1,330 watts, $1,199 right now on BT Mining if you guys want to snag one. All right, miners, that's going to wrap up today's video. Love to get some comments down below. And I know Kadena is a hard one to mine right now during the bear market, especially because of that KA3. Man, Bitmain, you had to come along and ruin it for all of us home Kadena miners. But anyways, love your feedback down below. Love to get your thoughts on Kadena. Let me know what you think. Is Kadena a home run in the bull market, or do you think it's a flop? I love to get your feedback. A lot of this is speculation, but I love this kind of stuff. It makes mining so much more fun. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it one of these. I'll see you guys next time. Where are my GPU miners at? I'd like to introduce you to hobbyistminers.store. Who can turn down a high quality t-shirt with your favorite NVIDIA graphics cards in a simplistic design? The spring 2023 collection just dropped a few weeks ago. with 17 brand new limited edition designs. What makes them limited edition? Well, every 3 months, a brand new collection is released, and their previous one is decommissioned forever. It'll never be sold again. Stop on over and check out your favorite GPU mining t-shirts at hobbyistminers.store today.